Okay, it says we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Market Minds. I'm Bill with an Agaloo, and Abdu should be joining us shortly. We are going to be talking about earnings again. For people that aren't familiar about earnings, they happen. They happen like once every 3 months. Once every 3 months, once a quarter. All the companies have to report their earnings, and it can have a huge effect on the stock price, on the market, and it can be a very volatile time. So right now we're in the middle of earnings, so it can be very 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 stressful. Um, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. First, let's go ahead and look at the disclaimer. So once again, this is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, so on and so forth. So let's take a look at the agenda today. So, if you got any questions, just leave them in the comments, and we'll make sure to get to them. We're going to review the regular stocks, and most of these either have earnings coming up or they just had their earnings, and so we'll be looking at how the earnings affected the stock price. And then we're just going to be talking about earnings. So it's going to be a whole session of earnings. Let me get the Zoom going again. All right. So anything you want to bring up before we get going? Before we start looking at
Uh,
charts and Aglu?
I think we can just go ahead. I'm guessing we're starting with SPY or
Yeah.
PSP.
Okay. Well, first things first. Let me. I'm gonna go to OBS. I'm gonna share Trading View. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to Zoom, and I'll share Zoom in Trading View or Trading View in Zoom. Sorry. Wait, what's this? No. I want to share this one. Okay. Okay. All right. So you should be able to see it now.
Yep, there it is. I can see it
Which
now.
was it? It's F11. Control F11. No. Is it F11? How do you do them? Um,
I can see the chart on my end.
F11. What was the shortcut to max? Do you remember the shortcut to maximize the screen? I thought it was function F11.
Oh no, I don't remember. I don't really use TradingView that much, so
Hmm. Well, okay. There it goes. It is function F11. All right. It's for maximizing any window. You can hit function F11 and that'll maximize it. Okay. All right. Let's get going. You know what? I haven't really looked at the SPY, but the SPY looks pretty good. SPY
yeah.
looks pretty good. I mean, we had that dip from let me see what that was. I think that was on Wednesday. Yeah, this last Wednesday there was a big dip, but it's recovered nicely since then. But it looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
It's
right. So
still
not.
within the range of 724 and 759 that
Yep.
started. I don't know, I guess it started around what's that month? Like
May,
where it crossed that
beginning of
seven. Yeah.
May, like end of April, beginning of May. So
Yeah.
we've been going sideways, and
Well,
you can
yeah, up
kind
and
of see
down.
it's
Yeah.
making a little bit of a diamond formation, a little bit.
Yeah,
So
like
hopefully,
it's
hopefully it breaks up. It's hard to
yes,
tell
that's
because
the hope.
it's hard to tell because well, I mean, the last 2 days have been good. Last 2 days have been good. So hopefully it does break up. Hopefully we keep getting good earnings. Although the earnings have been somewhat mixed. Um, you know what? Why don't we take a look at Nvidia? Because Nvidia is going to be huge. Nvidia's earnings are not until like the end of August. All right. So, hmm. I can't see the S&P 500 really going anywhere
Yeah.
until we get, until Nvidia gives us its earnings. So we
Uh,
might just going back to the S&P 500. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't chop sideways for another month or so until Nvidia gives its earnings, unless there's some other crazy, really good earnings, or some other developments like like maybe the war ends. Maybe if the war in Iran just is over and there's a truce and peace and oil drops back down to 70,
Yeah.
that could be a catalyst. That could be a catalyst. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what's going to go.
Yeah, like
So,
you said, the Nvidia, well, so far we have a good performance from uh, Microsoft.
yeah, yeah,
And,
we'll get to all those. We'll get to all those. Yeah, so
yeah,
I mean, just want to make it. Yeah, we'll go through these one at a time. Nvidia's um, doing what we expected, right? It touched the 200-day moving average. It touched the 52-week moving average, and it's bouncing. So that's good. That's good. We want to stay above the green line, above the red line. Um, SpaceX, they have earnings coming up. SpaceX looks terrible. They need to turn it around. This bullish engulfing candle still in play, but they need to have some good earnings, and that's on Tuesday after the market closes on Tuesday. So that is going to be a big one to watch. And this is going to be SpaceX's first earnings. Um, I really don't know what's going to happen. I think right now SpaceX is way oversold. I've been buying some, um, but it doesn't mean it couldn't go lower, right? It could still go lower. It could go to 100. I think it's just a good one to dollar cost average into.
yeah.
But I understand if people don't want to buy it because it's just done nothing but go straight down. All right, let's just keep going
So,
through the
what do you think about the
about the what?
volume of the SpaceX?
The volume? Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me turn up your volume. Okay.
No, 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 I'm sorry. Like the volume, like the chart on the SpaceX.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, the volume's definitely lower than what it was on the first day, but the first day was nuts, right? That first week
Yeah.
was crazy. It seems like the volume's kind of evening out, right? We're getting like a
Yeah.
baseline volume. I just don't think there's enough data to really say one way or the other. Um, yeah, let's just see what earnings. Let's see what happens in earnings. Um, yeah. But it's a great company. Don't It's an amazing company. It has no competition. There's no country, right? There's no country that has a program that can compete with SpaceX. They have zero competition. Nobody's even close to them. I mean, they're going to own space.
Yeah.
The first
So,
year.
what are the like close competitions like so far? There is
I mean,
the
there's Blue
Origin.
Origin, right? Amazon's rocket, but they just had a huge mishap, and
Yeah.
they were blew one of their rockets blew up, and that set them back a few years. Um, I don't
I think
know.
Europe,
Maybe
there's one in Europe that's called like one or something
yeah,
like that.
they're just not close. And SpaceX does so
Not even
much
close.
more. If you look at how many flights launches SpaceX does, they do like a launch every other week or something like that. It's insane how many rockets they put up into space. And don't forget, it's not just the rockets, it's also Starlink and it's also XAI. So they do a lot of stuff.
Why is it? Why do you think it's not showing on this on the chart? I mean,
Like I said before, right? The markets are stupid and irrational, and people decided they're just going to short this company. I think it's the most heavily shorted company in the stock market right now, or one of the most heavily shorted. So it's being heavily shorted. A lot of investors are scared. It's also the summer months. Like the summer months are usually you don't see too much good price action in the summer months. I don't markets a lot of times markets just don't make sense. But if you see like a really good company that's really oversold, that's very oversold, you just dollar cost average. Same thing with crypto. Like Bitcoin right now is at a good price to buy. Could it go lower? Yeah, it could go lower,
yeah.
but you just keep buying. So this one you gotta be patient. So, I mean, this is part
So,
of.
do you think it's a good entry now or before, or
Yeah, I just
wait
bought some
until the
last
earning?
week. I bought some last week. I've been buying like the whole way down. I keep buying, and then we'll see what happens after earnings. I mean, I might buy some more after earnings if it keeps going down. If it goes below 100, I'll buy some more. If it stays above 100, I'll kind of just stay, with what I'm doing. But this is one I'm planning on holding for, a really, really long time. Um, so we'll see what happens. But they do have earnings coming up next week. So Tuesday after the market closes, that's going to be a big one to watch. Um, all right. Anything else about SpaceX? You got any questions or comments?
Okay, I guess I just have to wait until it's a good time to get in now. But well, I mean, if you say you're gonna wait until after the earning, you might miss out, right? Like, because it might shoot
Oh,
up.
I already own enough. I mean, I already own like enough right now. I don't need to buy any more before earnings. I mean, if you don't have any, yeah, I think it'd be a good time to buy, but just be prepared that it could go down to 100 or even below 100, and then just be ready to buy some more there. Um, this is kind of a long-term project, right? This is something I want to hold until 2030, so I'm not yeah, I'm being extremely patient with this one. Just like I'm being extremely patient with Tesla. Because Tesla I've been holding for a very, very, very long time, and really haven't made any money off of it. Um, but this one is another one. You know what? They're both kind of setting up. We'll see how the SpaceX earnings affects Tesla. That'll be kind of interesting to watch too. Um,
Yeah,
but Tesla's another one I think is at a good price to buy if you don't have any. There's a gap here, and I don't.
I'm leaning toward more towards SpaceX, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no.
It's just a matter of whether should I like, evaluate it based on the earning performance or just take a chance beforehand.
Either one is fine,
Yeah.
um, especially if you're going to hold them long term. Because what's probably going to happen in the next year or two, maybe 2 years from now, is they're going to merge into a single company. Um,
What? The Tesla and
Tesla and
SpaceX?
SpaceX, yeah, they will merge into a single company. Probably by 2028. Yeah. So either one's fine. If you just want to have one, own one, whichever. I mean, either one is fine. But yeah, there's a very, very high likelihood they're going to do that. He's going to do that. Very high likelihood. But at least that's my opinion. Maybe it won't happen, but I get the feeling he's going to merge them together. So yeah, Tesla, unfortunately, they got killed after earnings. I mean, they were already dropping, so they had a really bad rejection off the 200-day moving average. And this is something I've seen before. Sometimes when a stock is already in a downtrend, I mean that's a good sign that when we report earnings, it's just going to keep going down even
What
lower.
was the reason again? Like on the earning?
So they missed on earnings. Their revenue was good, but their earnings, their price per share was a miss. Here, I'll bring it up
Oh.
again. I'll bring it
What
up
about
again.
the sales? Do they
Yeah, the sales are
talk about that?
fine. The reported revenue is 28 billion versus an estimate of 26 billion. So their sales are fine. The revenue is fine. It's their earnings. See, the earnings missed 38% miss on the earnings. So that's what hurt them. That's what hurt them. Their profit margin is down. Um, to me, I see it as just a continuation of this rejection off the 200-day moving average. It hit the 200-day moving average, got rejected, and then the earnings. It's just a continuation of that rejection. Um, but it should come back up.
Yeah,
Uh,
the to fill that gap.
yeah, to fill the gap. But then who knows? Maybe it'll just roll over and come back down. Again, Tesla's one of the ones I want to hold till 2030, just because they have so much good stuff coming with the robots and the cyber cabs.
I've
Um,
seen. Have you seen? I've seen it. I've seen like three of them so far.
yeah, I saw it again. I saw
Yeah.
this. I saw the cyber cab again on the road here in San Diego. Yep, very
Yeah,
cool.
I've been seeing a lot more of the Waymos, but I've seen the cyber
I've
cabs.
seen them both. Yeah, I've seen them both. The cyber cabs. look a lot cooler than the Waymos. The Waymos
Yeah,
look
I
like
thought it was a sports car, you know, and then
yeah, the Cybercab looks really neat, really sleek. You know, it looks really good. The Waymo looks like a big, ugly bus with a bunch of spinning. It's got those spinning
yeah,
lidar things all over it. It looks so silly. It looks like a silly bus. um, but no, I'm glad they're both. I'm glad they're both operating, and you know, I do hope Waymo is successful because well, it's part of
yeah,
Google, and it'd be good for if Waymo's successful, it'll be good for Tesla, and vice versa. If Tesla's successful with their cybercabs, it'll be good for Waymo. Um, okay, all right, let's move on to Hood because Hood actually did have earnings this last week, and let me bring up the earnings. So they were okay. Earnings were good, right? Price per share, or was it? Yeah, earnings was good, and then the revenue was good. So everything was green, and that was on Wednesday, but it still sold off a little bit. Not too bad, right? It dropped maybe like, you know, another 5% or something. But I think it's finding a bottom now. I think there's a lot of support right here. And now we got a doji, so this kind of doji means there's a lot of uncertainty.
yeah, around that 84.
Yeah, around 80s. Yeah, right around here. Yeah. And an 84, 82. It's good. It's good. So this would be another good place. I think this would be a good place to buy right now because I think there is a
Yeah,
lot of support here, and the earnings wasn't too bad. Um,
that's
so
what I think. Because I know we're probably gonna talk about Google later on,
yeah, we'll
but
get to it.
even though the earning was bad, you know, the performance was bad right after, kind of went up.
It already filled the gap. Yeah,
Yeah,
it already filled the gap.
it might be the same situation here with Hood.
I think so. I think so. I think Hood's another one I really like. Now's been doing good.
Yeah,
So Now's been doing really good. I really like how Now had this I think this is called an three inside up pattern, and they had really good earnings, decent earnings. They had decent earnings, and this was on Wednesday the 22nd. So that was like that's 26. What was it? It was there. Okay, yeah, it was there. It was okay. It was Wednesday. Was it in the evening? Yeah, it was in the evening, and it opened lower. No, it did drop. But then, like the next day, it recovered. Kind of like what Google did, right? It sold off after earnings, but it recovered because it was good earnings. There's no reason for the big sell off. But like I said, the market is really stupid sometimes. It really is. It's a big overreaction. But now it looks really good. All right, had to move up. Now we're getting a little pullback, consolidation, and then let's see if we can get back. Let's see if we can get back up here. Let's see if we can get back above the 200-day moving average. I'm excited for now. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
what was the target again for now?
I don't know if I have any targets on here, because I don't really see any. Oh no, there is an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Oh, I guess I must have deleted it because there's kind of a. Yeah, there is an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So there's left shoulder, center shoulder, right shoulder. So this distance, let's just call it right there. So that to that is 46. 46. So if it can break through here, 46 would put it at 190. Yeah, yeah. So maybe up here somewhere, maybe somewhere between 170 and 190, if it can break.
Kind of back to the is that an all-time high?
No, I think the all-time high is even higher. Yeah, all-time high is up over 200, and there's a big gap here too.
You know, this company has like a lot of room to grow.
Oh,
There's
oh
the
yeah.
war has a lot to do with their with some of their contracts because in the Middle East there was a lot of contract that got suspended because of the war.
Mm.
Uh, I think once that is taken care of, like they will have like a lot more revenue.
Yeah, no, I like them. I like them for next year. I really do. I'm gonna hold them, into next year. So I really do like them. Okay, let's move on to Circle. So Circle, Remember, these are the guys that make USDC for crypto, and
Mm-hmm.
their earnings is Wednesday in the morning. Wednesday in the morning. So SpaceX, I think I said SpaceX was in the evening Tuesday, and then Circle's going to be Wednesday morning. So we'll see what they do. I think it looks pretty good. They're kind of consolidating around here, but maybe if they have bad earnings, maybe it'll drop down to 50. This is another one though. If it drops down to 50, I might just keep buying it because I want Circle to be part of my crypto portfolio in 2027, and crypto is really going to take off next year.
Do you think it's correlated a little bit with how cryptos are performing? Circle,
I think it's just related to Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
I think it's just related to Bitcoin, right? As long as Bitcoin is, still below, still around 60,000, I don't think Circle's going to do anything. Circle, Coinbase, MicroStrategy, all those crypto related stocks, they're not going to do anything until Bitcoin moves up. And Bitcoin may not be moving up until October, so we might have a little bit more consolidation. Um, all right, let's take a look at the first big one. Let's take a look at the first big, or probably the biggest earnings we've seen so far this year. Microsoft. So we've been talking about Microsoft for a while, just because we liked it because it was down. We thought the sell off was oversold
Yeah.
when it was down here, below four or yeah, below 400. And yeah, they had a great earnings. They had a great earnings. Well, I would say the price responded greatly to their earnings. Their earnings isn't, it's up 11% on the earnings, and the revenue's up 3%, and it jumped like 13%, and then went up another 3% the next day. So Microsoft
So,
was,
so so far for the week is 20%.
yeah, yeah, really good, really good.
Huge for
Yeah.
a big company like that to go up by 20%.
Not only that, now it's above, the price is above the 200 day moving average and the 52-week moving average. So that's a really good signal because the last few two times the price hit the 200-day moving average, like here, all the way back in was this January, and then here in June. Like the last two times it got near the 200-day moving average or slightly above it. This one it got rejected off the 52-week. It sold off, but now it's clearly above both of these. So this is heading in the right direction, just like now, right? And these are both like service as a software stocks,
Yeah.
and they're both kind of AI plays because Microsoft has Copilot, and no, it looks good. It looks really good. Um, so that is a good one. Let's take a look at Google because Google, here's their earnings. So this just makes no sense to me. So their Google's earnings was back on Wednesday, July 22nd, and their earnings was a 200% beat. Absolutely insane. 200% beat, and then it dropped 7%. Um, right? But
Yeah. It didn't make sense to me either.
it made no sense. But it quickly formed a reversal pattern because you see that inverted hammer right there
Yeah.
inside the red
I,
candle.
I, I listened to your advice that I
Yeah.
actually ended up buying more
No,
when it
that's
did.
good. No, that's good. Yeah, yeah. So there's lots of ways. I mean, there's different ways to make money off of earnings. And so in this way, you're patient. You're looking at the best companies, and you see like an earnings report like Google's that's amazing, and then it still sells off. Yeah, that's a good opportunity to buy. Um, and it's had a good run since then. Yeah, and it formed a reversal pattern. This is Harami reversal, so three inside up pattern. And since it's sold off, now it's up
I,
about
I think I'm gonna change.
11, 12%. Yeah, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, I think I'm gonna turn that into a prompt. Just look for stocks like that.
Yeah, yeah. I wish there was a way you could just. I wonder. Yeah, that's a great idea. Just ask AI. Just say, you know, like it, because every day there's earnings. You can just say, hey, were there any really good earnings reports this morning or yesterday evening, but the stock sold off. You know,
Yeah.
list them out for me. I think that yeah, that is a good prompt. That is something to look out for. I mean, the only reason we knew that this happened is because this is on our list. We watched this, but yeah. So Microsoft and Google doing really well. Um, why did okay? Here on Wednesday there was a big sell-off in the S&P 500. Um, I wonder what that was
Usually
for.
it's the it kind of is the war, and also oh yeah, they held I don't know what they held
Oh, the Fed, the
rate,
Fed
yeah, Fed,
meeting. That's what it was. Yeah, the Fed meeting screwed everything up. That was
yeah.
so silly. Okay, so we looked at Microsoft, Google. Let's take a look at some other ones that aren't on our list because Amazon did well. Yeah, Amazon did well. They had a good earnings report. Um, whoa, look at Amazon's earnings. See how this makes no sense? Amazon had really similar earnings to Google, but Amazon jumped up. So Amazon jumped up like it's probably like 10% or something. 15%. That's
That's
crazy.
huge.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. That's what I was saying. The markets are just stupid sometimes. Really stupid.
Wait, I'm sorry, say it again. Like that, did it? What kind of earning did it have?
Here, can you see the screen popping up?
Yeah, 215%. Yeah,
Yeah. So exactly like Google's, right? Really similar to Google's, right? 215%, right? That's so much money. But they went up. They went up 15%, whereas Google sold off 7%.
do you
Um,
think they have like less AI expenditure than the other ones, than Google? Because that
maybe
was one of the thing that the explanation they were giving for
I
Google is
can I
like,
can ask AI real quick. Um, yeah, who? Okay, capex expenditure. We'll look at Google versus Amazon last earnings report. All right, let's see what Grok says. It's thinking. Still thinking. I can pull up the Google earnings real quick. Yeah, see, real similar. 200% surprise, 3% on the revenue. So really similar to each other. Come on, Grok. It's taking so long. All right. Well, when that answer comes up, we'll take a look at it. The other one I wanted to look at. So Amazon. Oh, Meta reported. Meta also reported. I know they had. You know what? It doesn't look too bad because they've really recovered. So Meta had. What was the issue with Meta? Oh yeah, they missed on the earnings, and then I think their cash was getting low, like really low, like they've spent billions and billions and billions of dollars on cap. I mean, all of them have. Um, so Meta did sell off. Meta dropped 10%, but since it dropped 10%, it's
yeah.
bounced.
Oh, sorry. I actually like I looked it
It's up
up
six
on
percent. Yeah.
like for the Amazon and
Oh
Alphabet.
yeah.
Yeah, it says
It's similar.
uh 2026 capex guidance for Alphabet it's like 195 to 205 billion,
Yeah.
and Amazon is 220
Yeah.
billion.
Even more. Yeah. That's what I'm. You know what?
Yeah.
Grok finally pulled it up too. Yeah. It's even more. It makes no
But
sense. Makes no
so
sense.
cloud growth for Alphabet was 82%. For Amazon is 37%.
Yeah.
So that's the reaction.
So I'm telling you, the market's just stupid sometimes. It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Yeah. Don't trust the market because the market is dumb. So there you go. Is a perfect example of the market being dumb. Okay, so yeah, we went over Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta. Those are the big ones right there. All right, let's take a look at MicroStrategy. Did MicroStrategy have earnings? They did have earnings. Didn't really do anything. They had a they had really bad earnings. You see this? MicroStrategy had a loss of like 1,000% surprise loss, but it didn't do anything because MicroStrategy just depends on what
Or
Bitcoin
Bitcoin.
does. Yeah, for the most part. So, all right, nothing to see here with MicroStrategy. Let's see. This is Bitmine. They don't have any earnings. This is just the Ethereum. This is Tom Lee's Ethereum holding company. It's just going to do what Ethereum does. So nothing new there. Taiwan Semiconductor. They already had their earnings. They're trying to bounce. All right, so nothing there. Here we go. AMD. AMD has earnings Tuesday evening. So same day, same time as SpaceX. So this will be really interesting to see. Yeah. What do you think about AMD?
I haven't really looked into AMD in a while, but I think it sort of mirrors, Nvidia, right? It kind of
It's actually been doing a
sometimes,
lot better than Nvidia over the last 6 months. Because I mean, look here from April.
yeah,
Well, no, yeah, March 2026, just this year. Yeah, so over the last 6 months, it's gone up 180%. Yeah,
yeah. But
and
well, can we go to Nvidia
yeah,
real quick?
Nvidia's just gone sideways the last 6 months.
So
Okay.
how long has it been
Well,
sideways?
okay, the Nvidia did this the last 6 months. It went from yeah, it did this. So it was
Yeah,
up like
Nvidia has been
44%.
sideways for
Nvidia's
a
been
while.
sideways for a very long time. And not only that, though, I keep saying this, Nvidia's price per earnings, was it yeah, price per earnings ratio is lower than Costco's price per earnings ratio, right? That's to me that just seems so
Yeah,
cheap.
I
So
honestly think
cheap.
the main thing that's holding these stocks back is the rates
Yeah.
at the end of the day. Because
Yep.
for investor to invest, they have to have like, for some serious investing, there has to be like a lot of margin.
Yeah.
And with the higher rate, people are not gonna borrow to invest.
Yep. Yep.
But with the moment they drop that, I think these stocks are
Yeah.
gonna,
So now's a good time to accumulate. Just pick your
yeah.
favorite ones and start buying. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with AMD. I mean, I got some concerns. It looks like it's rolling over. I mean, it is. This is like a rainbow, right? This is an arch. It is literally rolling over. There's a big gap down here. I don't know what it's gonna do. I really don't. And we've already seen that the response to earnings is crazy. So, but we'll watch it. All right, we'll watch it. It's one to definitely keep an eye on. All right, let's take a look at ARM. See how ARM's just kind of like ARM's starting to get back into territory where it might be worth buying. I'd still rather wait and see for it to hit the 200-day moving average again. But that's another one we're watching. But ARM definitely rolled over and fell down. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think it's
worried.
like a steep drop
Yeah,
for ARM.
yeah, this was overdone. I mean, it was a quick rise up and then a quick fall down. AMD, see, I'm worried the same thing might happen with AMD. There's a lot of red here. I'm worried it might just fall down. Okay, yeah, and ARM had their earnings last week. You know what? I'll bring it up. We'll take a quick look. Yeah, it looks okay. Looks okay, but I think there's, like you said, there's other factors at play here. There's interest rates.
I think, yeah,
Yeah,
it's like the one that we were talking about earlier. The earnings good,
yeah, like
as
Google
reported, good enough. It just did not show on.
or yeah, or
on
Robinhood or all those. Yeah,
that's a good one to get.
yeah, I like ARM. I mean, but I like Nvidia more. To be honest, if you don't have any Nvidia, buy Nvidia before you buy AMD, before you buy ARM. If you should have like 60, 70% Nvidia, and then 15% ARM, or maybe 60% NVIDIA, 30% AMD. Anyway, my point is, I would buy NVIDIA before I buy AMD or ARM.
Yeah.
But I do like AMD number two. I think AMD is a solid number two. I just think they're really far behind NVIDIA. All right, let's look at Micron. Same thing. It just looks like they're kind of rolling over. I just stay away from these. They already had their earnings. Iron had earnings. Or did they? No, they didn't. Iron. It's an Australian company. They do Bitcoin mining. They also do provide data power or computer power for AI. One thing that's interesting, it is below the 200-day moving average and the 52-week moving average. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good time to buy, though. This one's really risky. Okay, iron is really risky. You guys want to, if any of you want to invest in AI, just buy NVIDIA right now. That's the only one I really trust.
Yeah.
Tesla's kind of on sale, but NVIDIA looks stronger than Tesla. Well, I guess it would be, Tesla, SpaceX, those are all AI. They have AI parts to them, but NVIDIA looks really stronger than any of those right now. Bloom Energy, did they have earnings? They did have earnings. So these guys provide solid state fuel. I think it's fuel cells to power like AI infrastructure. They had good earnings. They had a good beat. And they did move up. They did move up after earnings. Look at that. They bounced right off the 52-week moving average. So they did move up, kind of pulling back down now. Again, this is an AI play that's very risky. I wouldn't touch
Did
it.
they have earnings recently?
They did. Yeah, they had earnings. These guys had earnings Tuesday after the market closed, and they had a good beat, right? 92%. And then they did respond well after earnings. I think it was up like 30% the next day.
How many percent?
30.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, because it jumped. It was all the way down here. It's all the way down here. It's very volatile right now. So it was all the way down here, and then it jumped up there. Yeah, 27%.
I think this one might be a good one to trade.
Trade, yeah. I wouldn't buy and hold it because it's so volatile. But yeah, sure. You can see when it gets close to 52, it'll bounce, and it might be heading back down there. I don't know. These are all really volatile. This is a solar energy company. This one pulled all the way back. Look at that. It got all the way up.
Yeah, this is the first time in a long time. This is the first time it dropped below.
Yeah. So this one ran up. This one ran up with the. It kind of ran up with the AI guys, because they're looking to power all these AI data centers with solar energy. But yeah, for the first time in a long time, it's below 52-week moving average, the 200-day moving average. Now, it looks like it touched the 200-day moving average and got rejected. Let me see what the earnings were. Oh, no. No, the earnings are coming up. Oh, okay, so this is Wednesday in the morning. All right, so we'll see how these guys respond. Again, this is solar power, kind of a AI power play.
Can you zoom, not zoom, like go to all the way back to?
Oh, sure. Oh no, their all-time high is way up there.
Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, all the way up at 300.
Now I want to see the earning when it crossed. Like zoom in more.
Okay, I'll see if it's shown there. It doesn't. I don't know if. Okay, it's not. It doesn't look like it's updating the earnings. Yeah, it's not. It only shows. Right. I have the free membership for TradingView, so that's probably why I don't get
Yeah, I
all
see
the
right
earnings.
there.
Yeah, it just stopped showing the earnings after. Yeah, see, that's the last earning. That's the last earnings I can see, but again, I have the free version of TradingView. So it's very volatile, right? It's very volatile. It's worth watching though. So they got earnings coming up. Let's take a look at CrowdStrike. And there's other solar energy plays. Enphase Energy is another one. I'm gonna take a quick look at them. I just use Sedge as a representative. but we can take a look at Enphase. Same thing. I see. I only follow one of them because they all kind of look the same. They all just kind of look the same. And then First
What
Solar's.
about the like the normal energies? Like, they still have to,
Oh, like utility companies.
the utility companies. I
Yeah,
want to see like
they
how
don't
they,
honestly. They're not gonna. They don't do much. Utilities don't really move
like for
much.
example, let me see,
Yeah. Well,
Sempra
okay.
is one of them,
Yeah.
right?
Tell me one. Tell me like ask your AI what's like the biggest utility stock play for AI energy.
Okay.
Yeah. First Solar also sold off and is
So it
below
says
the.
if AI keeps growing, someone has to provide electricity.
Yeah.
So investors are looking at utilities, nuclear,
Okay.
natural gas, grid equipment, transformers, cooling companies.
Can they just recommend a power company? See, ask them
So the
what.
utility, okay.
Yeah. Trying to. I used to look at the utility companies. I'm trying to remember what some of the big ones were. Here, I'll take a quick look.
Yeah, I don't know. It says that to instead of going with the traditional regulated utilities with limited growth,
Hmm.
it says is to look at the ones that are like a lot more focused on AI.
Okay, so I mean, we could take
So
a.
the one that is recommended is Constellation Energy, Vistra. Those are the two main ones. It recommended that to me before too.
Constellation Energy. Okay, let's look at CEG. Yeah, I don't know. It's really noisy. You know what?
Very
Yeah, Grok is saying the same thing. CEG. Yeah. Vistra.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
CEG.
calls it like, so it has it as a tier one, tier two, tier three. So uh
Extra looks okay. NEE.
Constellation is like it's a nuclear power.
Okay. And then
Uh
there's also the what is it, the SMR. I think these are the, what do these called, these module nuclear power companies, but this one looks really bad. And honestly, if you're gonna invest in AI, I would just buy Nvidia
yeah.
for right now. Mm, we can take a look at these other ones later. All right. Any other stocks you want to look at before we move on to crypto?
So you already looked at
Oh, Apple. Apple.
Apple.
Yeah, I forgot about Apple. They got crushed. Well, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say
Like a
crushed,
drop.
but they had a sell off. They had a sell off. 10%. No big. It's 10%. For Apple, that's a lot. But what happened? Their earnings were okay.
There's something about guidance that they were talking about, something like
Um,
constraint from the chips.
that's the whole thing.
Because
Yeah.
their chips require like those like nano, like the small chips.
Yeah. I was gonna ask AI.
Yeah.
Why did Apple sell off after earnings? I know I saw it in the news. I just can't remember right now. But yeah, Apple. Um, you know what? It's on its way to recovering, though. To me, this looks more like a healthy pullback, and then it just looks like they're just going to keep going higher and recover. So the market, I think, is
I
in.
think I think people anticipated like a much uh, bigger
Yeah,
number.
weaker than expected outlook.
Yeah.
Yeah, and specific soft spots. Let me see. Okay, so weaker outlook, supply constraints. All right.
Yeah, it's the supply constraint one, the
Yeah,
main thing. So
but it doesn't seem like
I'm thinking like
serious. It,
those chips are gonna be like super expensive,
yeah.
and they moved their production from China to India. So I
Hmm.
don't know
Interesting.
what that. So that's like a whole new development and all that stuff.
Yeah, they could take a lot of capital expenditure, and it could take some time
Yeah,
to get them going. Um, okay, but yeah, you know what? It doesn't look that bad. I mean, I think these are all issues that they can resolve. And this just looks like a healthy pullback. I mean, it's already kind of recovering a bit, so it still looks like it's heading in the right direction. All right, let's move on to crypto.
crypto.
Honestly, crypto, it's just not doing anything. It's just moving sideways. There's really isn't much to report. It just looks like we're gonna have to wait until October. I think in October is when we'll be a full year into the bear market, and then that'll end. The bear market will end. So with crypto, I think it's just a waiting game now. I think it's just you just got to wait until October, and then we'll start to see the bull run happen. Maybe it'll happen sooner, but August could be bad for crypto. I don't know. I'm just hoping it just keeps going sideways. But if there is a big sell off in Bitcoin, if Bitcoin gets into the 50,000s, that's a good time to buy. So I would just keep an eye on that. Even now, I think is a decent time to buy. Just dollar cost averaging. If you don't have any
Yeah,
Bitcoin, if you don't have any crypto, buy Bitcoin first, and then you can just maybe every couple weeks you buy like a few $100 or a little, whatever you can buy, and then you just wait. But next year should be really good for crypto. All right. Well, that is about it for the charts. Let me um let me bring us back up. Okay. Let me close the trading view. Okay. So yeah. So the big earnings next week, I think the big one for next week is SpaceX. I think that's going to be the biggest one. Um yeah, because that's SpaceX, even though it's the value's dropped in half since the all-time high, it's still a big company, a really big company. So really curious to see what
I
happens
don't
Tuesday.
see it going. I mean, honestly, I really don't see it going anywhere but up.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
from
if it I think it's a good time to buy now. It could drop below 100. If it drops below 100, I think that's an excellent value to buy. And then you just hold it for a few
yeah.
years. Okay. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else you want to go over?
I think that's about it
Yeah. So
for this week.
yeah, so earnings. I was talking earlier about earnings, and my approach to earnings is just to try to get through earnings, just to survive it. I have my key core positions, and I try to just maintain them. And earnings can be very stressful, but
Yeah,
it's just important to. I used to try to gamble on earnings, right? Try to buy options before an earnings report. And you can make a lot of money, right? If we'd bought weekly options on Microsoft or Amazon, right before they reported, hey, you could 200, 300x your money in just a day. It's very
yeah.
tempting. It's very, very tempting, but you can just as easily lose it all, right? Just
I would use it as an opportunity to learn about the company
yeah,
and also just the market fundamentals in general. Like so
yeah.
that you can look at, okay, this is what they're reporting. What is the likelihood of things going forward after this? Like for example, like I was saying with the SpaceX, I'm looking forward to the earning report so that I can actually learn about
Oh
the
yeah,
company.
oh yeah.
You know,
Everybody is. That's
because
probably
this
the
is like actual performance. It shows,
Yeah, that's probably the most anticipated earnings of the year or this quarter,
yeah,
behind Nvidia. Nvidia is always the most anticipated earnings of the quarter. So, but SpaceX I think is right there. Um, so yeah, we'll see what happens with SpaceX. Earnings is always really stressful. I mean, my suggestion, yeah, I think you're taking the right approach. You learn about the company, and then it'll help you decide. which because if you're looking at a few different companies you want to invest in, it'll help you decide which one to invest in.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's what institutions do. Usually like us retail investors, we just sort of like kind of follow the hype and stuff. The institutional investors, that's what they do, and then that's where the market usually goes to.
yeah, yeah.
They move the market.
I try not to follow the hype because
Yeah,
like I said, I think the market's stupid. So I try not to follow the hype. I just think about, well, where is this going to be? Where do I think the stock or crypto is going to be next year? Where do I think it's going to be in 5 years? And then I'm just patient. But no, this last week was, these earnings have been really tough because I had a big position in Tesla, big position in Tesla, and yeah, that position is down a lot of money. Um, but I'm patient, and I'm sure it'll turn around. And if I do get the opportunity, I might buy some more Tesla. I think it could take a while for it to recover, but so I think I have the rest of the year to buy Tesla, and I'll just buy some more. But all right, everybody, yeah, hang in there. Earnings are tough and stressful, and so
yeah.
just try to hang in there and get through it. And yeah, good luck. We'll see you next week. And yeah, have a good weekend.